Hi scholars, and welcome to day 3 of Balto of the Blue Dawn. Today we're going to be going through chapter 3 in the slideshow, and we'll go through a few of the homework questions together. So let's start off, like we always start off, with our vocabulary words. So you're going to see these words in the next chapter, and they're a little bit tricky, and you might not know what they mean. So we're going to practice them before we read. Are you ready? Here we go. Word 1 says frigid. What word? Frigid. Frigid means very cold in temperature. What's the word? Frigid. Word 2 says frantically. What word? Frantically means in a distraught way, with fear or anxiety. Can you use frantically in a sentence? Here's my sentence. She frantically searched for her cell phone. What's the word? Frantically. Word 3 says icebound. What word? Icebound means completely surrounded or covered in ice. What's the word? Icebound. Word 4 says curtail. What word? Curtail means to cut short. What's the word? Word 5 says whiteout. What word? Whiteout means a blizzard that reduces visibility to near zero. What's the word? Whiteout. Number 6 says kerosene. What's the word? Kerosene. Kerosene is an oil lamp used in jet engines and heaters. What's the word? Kerosene. All right, one more time. Let's read the words the fast way. Word 1, what word? Word 2, what word? Word 3, what word? Word 4, what word? Word 5, what word? Word 6, what word? Very good. So there are a few places that we're going to visit today in our Balto of the Blue Dawn reading. The first place that we're going to visit is Solomon. What place? Solomon. Solomon is a mining town near Nome that sprang up due to the gold rush in 1899. So if you remember our special presenter who talked about the sled dog teams and the Iditarod when she was teacher on the trail in 2013, she talked about how some of the towns were still on the map because there was a gold rush. And that's kind of how Solomon came to be. And the second place that we're going to run into today is called Port Safety. What place? Port Safety, which is a port town near the ocean in Alaska. What's the place? Port Safety. Okay, so scholars, now it's your choice. You can either pause this video and click the video in the post to hear me read chapter 3, or you can pause the video and read chapter 3 on your own. Now, make sure that you either listen to chapter 3 or read chapter 3 before you go on, or else you won't understand the questions. Okay? Happy reading. Welcome back, friends. So now we're going to work a little bit in your packet. Let's work on the reread to clarify and reflect on page 8 in your packet. Hello, friends. Here we are on page 8 in chapter 3, A Race Against Time. So let's do these two questions together. The first part says reread to clarify. What do Jack and Annie believe is their mission in Alaska? What do you think? That's right. Make sure that when you're answering your question that you have part of the question in your answer. Excuse me. So my answer is going to start with Jack and Annie believe their mission in Alaska is to deliver the vaccine for diphtheria for the people who are sick. Okay, that's what I'm going to put. You should have it in your own words, but it should say something like that. Okay? Now let's do the reflect part. Reflect. Why was it not possible to have the medicine flown in on an airplane? So remember, Okie was telling Jack and Annie that it was either -40 or -50 degrees in Alaska. Oh my goodness, that is so cold. So why couldn't they fly in the vaccine? That's right. So I'm going to write part of the question in my answer. I'm going to say, it was not possible to have the medicine flown in because the pilot would freeze. Do you remember what Jack thought in his head after Oki said that? He thought, oh, that's right. Back in 1925, they used to have open cockpits on airplanes. All right. Vocabulary, context clues. Define the vocab word using context clues and or a dictionary. They can't delay, he whispered frantically. So do you remember my sentence? Using frantically, she frantically searched for her cell phone, right? You can put frantically in your own words. What do you think that it means? I'm not going to give you that one. That one you can do on your own. All right, scholars. For this summarized part, this is going to be the trickiest part of your homework. I want you to see if you can summarize the news bulletin that Jack and Annie hear on the radio. I want you to summarize it in 10 words or less. Can you do it? I think you can. 10 words or less. All right. You can do this part on your own, scholars. So that is all that there is today for chapter 3. Happy reading. So down here, there's the pause.